It is in the interests of the Republican Party as a political entity to get rid of unions. Here's what I mean. If you kill the unions, then out of the top 10 list of outside big money contributors in the last elections, you would have killed the only 3 on that list who gave predominantly to lefty causes. It is in the very, very, very sharp political interest of the Republican Party to kill unions, because then all the outside big money in politics will go to conservative causes, and none of it will go to the left. And since that outside big money is totally unlimited now because of Citizens United, killing unions would make the Republican Party pretty much financially invincible. When it comes to big money, Republicans would be running in every election basically unopposed. It is in the partisan interest of the Republican Party to kill unions. It is not, however, in the short-term interests of most Republican politicians to kill unions, because killing unions means using government to quash people's union rights, and people generally do not like to have their rights quashed. It's why the approval ratings of the Republican governors who've been pursuing this stuff are like the approval ratings for sleet in April right now. Not good. On the other hand, the outside groups that are funding and supporting the Destroy the Union campaigns tend to be ideological, privately funded groups who have their eye not on the immediate public opinion polls or even the next election. They've got their eye on the long term, on the political long term. These Republican politicians, though, they can only get to that long-term Republican nirvana if they survive the short term. And it is therefore a problem for those politicians that union stripping is really unpopular. Would you want to be the Republican on the same ballot as one of these union stripping things? History suggests that no, you would not want that. The 30-point surge against a shoo-in conservative Supreme Court justice in Wisconsin suggests that no, you would not want that. The 69 to 31% victory of the anti-Scott Walker candidate for Scott Walker's old job in Milwaukee suggests that no, you would not want that. You would not want to be the Republican on the ballot alongside a referendum to say, repeal the union stripping law in the great state of Ohio. A group called We Are Ohio is collecting signatures to make that Ohio referendum happen. The rally they organized to kick off that campaign on Saturday was the largest rally in Ohio since this all started back in February. An estimated 11,000 people showed up. Smart Money says that this referendum in Ohio is a doable thing. Repealing the Republicans' union stripping bill will likely be on the ballot in Ohio this November. And if it gets on the ballot, and if the voting on it follows the poll numbers on it now, the Ohio union stripping bill will be repealed. And woe be to any Republican who finds him or herself on that ballot alongside that measure. To try to protect their union stripping thing from repeal, Ohio Republicans have now come up with a genius move. The Columbus Dispatch reports that Republicans in Ohio are thinking of writing their union stripping stuff into the state budget, as well as the bill they just passed. If they wrote it into the budget, that would have the effect of putting the union stripping thing not only on the ballot this November, it would also be on the ballot next November too, thus providing a likely electoral kiss of death for any Ohio Republican on the ballot this year, and it would save up another Ohio electoral kiss of death for any Republicans running in Ohio next year too. And next year, if you check your watch, is a round-numbered year. Next year is 2012. And that's why we titled this segment, Dope! Ohio Republicans have now forced themselves to decide between torpedoing the 2012 Republican presidential candidate in the swingiest swing state in the country by putting that Republican on the ballot alongside union stripping, or they can give up their union stripping thing for dead by putting it on the ballot just this year and watching it go down in flames. Those are the choices they have given themselves.